Hi, welcome to Kid and We Adventure. On this video, we still in episode of Indonesia. Right now, we are in Jakarta, capital Indonesia. So I took Key for exploring the city, try the food, visit our friend and family. Follow us.
Hello everybody. We are traveling to Jakarta. So we're on a train. As you can see, we've got about a 2.5 hour ride from Bandung to the center of Jakarta. Come with us, let's explore Jakarta. Gambir Station, which is the main train station in Jakarta. So very different environment, and we'll make our way out and either find a taxi or do Grab, which is a service similar to Uber. Well, we made it to our hotel, and in Indonesia, you're still allowed to smoke in rooms that are designated smoking rooms. And as some people do, a lot of smokers will take rooms that don't smell like smoke because they don't like it either, but yet they smoke and ruin the room. So we got a room that someone had just smoked like a chimney in and said, that's not what we're gonna stay in. And the hotel's pretty booked, but this is what they gave us. So we have a big room with plenty of beds. Starting our new adventure in Jakarta. We're going to call our friend who lives here, Kevin, who's been here for 18 years. We're going to go to his place tonight, and we're going to have a dinner cooked by his house lady is going to cook for us. Indonesian, Sudanese food.
It still amazes me the sheer number of motor scooters compared to cars. There must be 20 to 1 motor scooters to cars. The traffic looks a bit congested and very chaotic, and it is. But the motor scooters needle in and out between the cars and tend to go in packs, and it helps the traffic flow. And if I lived there, I would certainly have a motor scooter. The other way traffic is controlled are these guys that just step out and they control traffic. They get tips and they're everywhere. These guys are actually the traffic controllers that make things flow.
Cirebon, okay, yeah. So you know Sudanese food, right? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we was in Sudanese food like for a couple days.
Yeah.
Because
When you first got here, right? Yeah,
we went to
Lebaran.
Bandung. Yeah. Well, when we go Lebaran, we almost eat like opor,
Yeah.
the yellow stuff.
Opor, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Cirebonnya di di sitinya.
Small group that she knows through video only. So she's going to meet these people. We're going to meet these people for the first time. Really nice restaurant here. This is us.
I have joined this Bible study online group for a year, and I'm meeting with this group once a week online. I'm so glad that I have opportunity to meet them in person while in Jakarta, and thank you so much for your time, for meet me for lunch and catching up. You all is wonderful, and I'm so really glad to catching up and get to know each of them. And of course, I invited my cousin to meet us for dinner in restaurant hotel.
Education is looking into this monument.
It reminds me of the National Monument in Washington, D.C. Except the base of this is much more impressive.
Still, when I wake up like 4 o'clock,
Look
I
at
don't
that.
sleep anymore. Yes. And this is like.
Wow, what a story. Labor and something about pulling a chair down. It has to do with the independence, I'm sure. This is really pretty amazing artwork here. Wow. Impressive.
Now they are starting to cover their body and using hat for the men. It's mean they're mostly leader.
We hired a wonderful guide named Nanda. The booths that you see here underneath the National Monument covered the history of Indonesia from the very beginning of tribes on islands all the way up through the first occupation of the Portuguese in 1512. In 1602, the Dutch took over for 350 years of very brutal ruling of Indonesia. And then, when the Second World War broke out in Europe, the Dutch left and the Japanese jumped straight in, and the Japanese ruled for only 3 years because when the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Japanese left to go back and fight the war at home. And within 3 days, a man named Sukarno, who became Indonesia's first president, pulled the nation together and formed its independence as a country called Indonesia on August 17th, 1945.
It's nearby the place for the political for the Dutch people. And before this flag is the Dutch flag, but after the independence, now it's become Indonesian flag.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, what were the four names of Jakarta?
So the first name of Jakarta is Sunda Kelapa. And when Portuguese are coming here and they change name becomes to Indos Nessos. And when the Portuguese leave and the Dutch coming and change again the name becomes to Batavia or Batavia, and it's mean Little Amsterdam. And after the Second World War, the Dutch are leave from Indonesia and Japanese surprisingly coming here and change name becomes to Jayakarta. Jaya is mean victory, Karta is mean island.
Okay.
Fourth time change name.
Victory Island. Jayakarta.
Yeah. Connect with the change and its role to the hand for the local people. So when the local people is not support the Dutch people, the Dutch army are bring local people into this jail, one room for 200 people.
Oh my gosh.
And then they bring in jail for 6 until 1 year in waiting to get the execution time. You can choose shoot your head by gun or slice your head by sword.
Oh man.
And many people die before they get the execution because they're feeling tired, thirsty, even on the rainy season and get flooded and the water is coming here and the people in the jail can't doing anything.
Yeah, 200 people is too
Right.
much. Think about it.
Right.
You know?
It's very heavy people. You can feel in the vibes.
Yeah. Over for breathing, maybe some is sick. Pee.
Yes.
So if you were going to be executed, you had the choice of being shot in the head or having your head chopped off. That's a heck of a choice. So these were the guns used for executing, either a pistol or these huge shotguns. Look at the size of the end of the barrel there. And here is the sword. If you didn't want a gun,
But,
you could use the sword.
Don't you?
And the black is actually blood
Yes.
on the blade. Man.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed our first episode on touring Jakarta. In our upcoming episodes, we see Wayang, the famous shadow puppets of Indonesia, and the largest wooden ship fleet in the world, built by the Bugis people on the island of Sulawesi. And we'll see you next time on Keith and We Adventures.